As November draws to a close, a dramatic transformation is underway across Europe. The continent braces itself for the arrival of its first major winter storm of the season, a true Arctic blast, surging southward with relentless force. This isn't just another routine cold front passing through. It's a powerful weather event that will leave a lasting mark on cities, towns, and rural landscapes alike. The storm's arrival is heralded by fierce winds and blizzard conditions, transforming familiar streets into swirling corridors of snow and ice. The Arctic air mass barrels in, bringing with it a sense of urgency and anticipation as communities prepare for what's to come. Temperatures are set to plunge, dropping as much as 20 degrees below seasonal averages. This dramatic shift will be felt from the northern reaches of Scandinavia all the way down to the sun-soaked shores of the Mediterranean. Heavy snow will blanket cities and countryside alike, disrupting daily life and painting the landscape in winter's stark palette. For many, this storm signals a sudden and sharp end to autumn. The rapid onset of winter will strain energy grids as demand for heating surges, and it threatens to unleash travel chaos just as the festive season begins. Roads may become impassable, flights delayed, and public transport systems pushed to their limits. Even lowland cities like Paris and Berlin, which often escape the worst of early winter, will experience their first real taste of snow and ice. Meanwhile, mountain regions are bracing for a true snow deluge, with ski resorts preparing for an early and intense start to the season. As the storm approaches, preparation becomes crucial. Emergency workers are mobilizing, winter equipment is being readied, and families across Europe are checking weather alerts and making plans to stay safe. The ability to adapt quickly will be key to minimizing disruption and ensuring safety. In this special report, we'll break down exactly where the coldest air and heaviest snow are expected to hit, highlight the main risks to watch for, and share practical tips on how to stay safe and prepared during this Arctic outbreak. Join us as we dive deep into the mechanics of this formidable Arctic outbreak, exploring how it formed, why it's so intense, and what it means for millions across Europe in the days ahead. To understand this dramatic weather shift, we need to look at the polar vortex, a swirling mass of frigid air over the North Pole, usually contained by the jet stream. Right now, a sudden stratospheric warming event is destabilizing the vortex, letting Arctic air spill south. A blocking high over Greenland is forcing the jet stream to dip, creating a direct path for this cold air into Europe. This polar plunge is a classic setup for severe winter weather across the continent. The weakened vortex and Greenland block are working together, steering the cold straight at us. This isn't random, it's a chain reaction in the atmosphere, showing how interconnected our climate truly is. The result, a rapid shift from autumn to deep winter in just days. The Arctic air arrives in phases, starting now across Scandinavia and the northern UK. The real impact hits this weekend, with the coldest air and heaviest snow from Saturday through Monday. Expect blizzard conditions, travel disruption, and a volatile mix of snow and freezing rain across much of Europe. Even after the peak, the cold lingers. Below-average temperatures could persist well into December. Secondary storms may develop, bringing more snow or ice. This isn't a one-day event, but a sustained winter spell, demanding ongoing vigilance. As the Arctic blast barrels southward, it's the mountains that will bear the brunt of winter's fury. The Alps, the Pyrenees, and the Scottish Highlands are all in the direct path of this icy onslaught, setting the stage for a dramatic transformation of the landscape. In these high-altitude regions, snow will pile up rapidly. Forecasters warn of accumulations reaching up to 50 centimeters, or even more in some exposed spots. The sheer weight of this new snow, combined with how quickly it falls, will sharply increase the risk of avalanches, making travel and outdoor activities extremely dangerous. Mountain passes could become impassable, and local communities may find themselves isolated for days. Scandinavia, and the highest peaks across Europe, will experience the coldest air, with temperatures plunging to -18 Celsius or even lower. In the far north, forests and lakes will freeze solid, and the biting wind will make it feel even colder. For those living in remote villages, this deep freeze could mean frozen pipes, power outages, and a struggle to keep homes warm. But it's not just the mountains and far north that will feel winter's wrath. Major cities, like Paris and Bern, which rarely see such intense cold, are bracing for a rare and memorable cold snap. For several days, temperatures will remain below freezing, turning fountains to ice and making daily commutes treacherous. Residents will need to bundle up, and city services will be stretched to keep roads and sidewalks safe. Even the lowlands aren't spared. The UK, Germany, and Poland, areas more accustomed to rain than snow, could see significant accumulations. This will be enough to disrupt travel, close schools, and cause widespread delays. Drivers will face hazardous conditions, and public transport networks may grind to a halt as snow blankets the countryside and cities alike. Southeastern and Central Europe are in for a true winter ordeal. Here, blizzard conditions are likely, with up to 60 centimeters of snow possible in some areas. Fierce winds will whip the snow into blinding whiteouts, making travel nearly impossible and increasing the risk of accidents and power failures. Emergency services are already preparing for a surge in calls. The cold won't stop at the mountains or northern plains. It will push all the way to southern Europe and even into North Africa, bringing unusually low temperatures to regions that rarely see frost. In the Mediterranean, the clash of cold and moist air will trigger torrential rain and flooding, threatening homes, crops, and infrastructure. Coastal towns may see streets turn to rivers overnight. This dramatic collision of air masses means a sharp divide across the continent. Deep snow and ice in the north, relentless rain and floods in the south. Millions of people will face hazards, whether it's shoveling snow, braving icy roads, or dealing with rising floodwaters. The impact will be felt in every corner of Europe. No region will escape the storm's reach, but the risks and challenges will look very different from place to place. From snowed-in mountain villages to flooded coastal cities, Europe is about to experience a winter event that will test the resilience of communities and the preparedness of emergency services alike. This storm brings more than cold. Blizzards in Central and Southeastern Europe could isolate communities for days. Black ice will make roads treacherous across the continent, causing accidents and gridlock. Rail and air travel will be hit by ice and snow, with widespread delays and cancellations. In the south, torrential rain will trigger flash floods and landslides, especially in Italy, Greece, and the Balkans. Heavy snow and ice will strain power lines and infrastructure, risking widespread outages during the coldest days. Avalanches threaten mountain regions as unstable snow piles up. The combination of snow, ice, wind, and rain means every form of travel and infrastructure will be tested. Preparation and caution are essential to weather this storm safely. This storm brings back memories of the infamous Beast from the East that gripped Europe in 2018, a winter event that left a lasting mark on millions. For weeks, cities and towns across the continent were blanketed in deep snow, with temperatures plunging far below average. Streets, that were usually bustling, fell silent, as people struggled to cope with the relentless cold and travel ground to a halt. The images of snowdrifts piling up against doorways and people wrapped in layers of clothing became iconic symbols of that extraordinary winter. That year, a powerful disruption of the polar vortex unleashed a surge of frigid Siberian air, sweeping westward and transforming much of Europe into a frozen landscape. The cold was so intense that rivers froze, schools closed, and emergency services were stretched to their limits. The event was a stark reminder of how vulnerable even modern societies can be to the forces of nature. While the current event may not last as long or bring quite the same bone-chilling temperatures to Western Europe, meteorologists warn that it could still rival 2018 in terms of impact, especially in certain regions. The West may see milder conditions, but the potential for disruption remains high. In the Alps and the Balkans, forecasters are predicting that snowfall could even surpass the record levels seen in 2018. Mountain villages are bracing for avalanches, and authorities are urging residents to prepare for possible isolation as roads become impassable and power outages loom. Unlike the 2018 storm, which drew its icy breath from the vast expanses of Siberia, this year's cold air mass originates over the Arctic Ocean. This subtle but important difference means the air is slightly less severe, but it still carries the potential for dangerous conditions, especially when combined with moisture from the Atlantic. The result is a storm that may not break as many records for low temperatures, but can still bring hazardous snow, ice, and wind. Roads will be treacherous, and even those accustomed to winter weather should take extra precautions. What's even more remarkable is that a warming Arctic, paradoxically, can lead to more frequent and intense cold snaps in Europe. As the polar regions heat up, the balance of the atmosphere shifts, sometimes sending blasts of cold air southward in unexpected ways. This is known as Arctic amplification, a phenomenon where rising temperatures in the far north disrupt traditional weather patterns, making extreme winter events more likely even as the planet as a whole gets warmer. The weakened and meandering jet stream acts as a highway for cold Arctic air, allowing it to spill much farther south than usual. This can bring snow and ice to places that rarely see such conditions, catching communities off guard. Even as global temperatures continue to rise, these sudden cold spells serve as a reminder that climate change can bring both heat waves and deep freezes, sometimes in rapid succession. The lesson from 2018 is clear. Heed official warnings, prepare early, and don't wait until the last minute to gather supplies or make travel plans. Communities that acted quickly fared better, while those caught unprepared faced greater hardship. Underestimating the storm's impact can lead to dangerous situations, stranded vehicles, power outages, and even threats to life and health. It's crucial to respect the power of nature and take every precaution. Infrastructure in communities must be ready for severe disruption, from blocked roads and damaged power lines to overwhelmed emergency services. Recovery can take days or even weeks, especially in remote areas. The echoes of past storms like the Beast from the East are a stark reminder. As Europe faces another formidable winter, we must take the threat seriously, learn from history, and prepare for whatever nature has in store. Meteorologists and weather enthusiasts are lighting up social media with real-time updates and dramatic forecast maps. Experts highlight the polar plunge and snow bonanza, especially in the Alps, fueling excitement among winter sports fans. National weather services issue color-coded warnings, urging the public to take precautions and adjust travel plans. Online, reactions range from concern to humor, with hashtags like #ChachaWinterstorm and #ChachArcticBlast trending. People share tips, check on neighbors, and post photos of the first snow, showing both anxiety and anticipation. The digital conversation reflects the storm's dual nature: disruption and wonder. Staying informed through official channels is key as the situation evolves. This storm is more than a cold snap. It signals a shift in Europe's winter pattern. The weakened polar vortex and ongoing stratospheric warming could keep the door open for more Arctic outbreaks into January. Long-range models now favor a colder, snowier winter, especially for northern and eastern Europe. La Niña conditions add to the risk of persistent cold and high-energy demand. Milder spells will come, but the odds now favor a traditional disruptive winter. This first storm is a warning. Stay prepared for more to come. Preparation is your best defense. Insulate pipes, know your stopcock, and let taps drip to prevent freezing. Assemble an emergency kit: torches, batteries, radio blankets, food, water, and a charged phone or power bank. If you must travel, check your car's tires, wipers, and pack a winter kit with essentials. Always check official travel advice before setting out. Postpone journeys if conditions are severe. Look out for vulnerable neighbors, offer help with groceries or snow clearing. Community spirit is vital in extreme weather. By preparing and supporting each other, we can face this Arctic blast safely and confidently.